Hey, hi, Anu.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. What
Good.
about you?
I'm doing good. I'm tired. Work has us, exhausted. But I'm doing fine.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining me today. I'm very happy to see you. Welcome.
I'm the one who should be thanking you.
Thank you. So how's everything? How's school? Are you still doing it from home or are you just back on site?
We are not having any classes.
Yeah.
We are just waiting for our semester exams.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it happens. It's been crazy, even here. People are doing it online, some people are doing it on site, and it's really creating a lot of stress for people that are doing their senior year because they need to do their projects and their thesis.
Yeah.
It's been a mess. So, thank you
Yes.
for joining me today. I was very happy to read your application and to read your background. It's very impressive, and it was very tempting to get to know you. And as you've mentioned that you're new to Women Tech Network, and that
Yeah.
you're pursuing a bachelor in science in
It's a bachelor in technology.
technology. Okay, can you tell us
Yeah.
a little bit about that?
Basically, my field of study is geoinformatics. We deal with like two fields, which is one is remote sensing, the other one is GIS, which is nothing but geographic information systems,
Okay.
and this is a part of a greater subject called spatial data science.
Okay.
So that's the reason I got interested in data science and saw that on your profile.
Yes. Well, it's been a fun ride, and I think that um, I was interested in data science since I can remember, but it was a funny story that my very first track of studying was not technology at all. So my
Yeah.
main field of education was linguistics and didactics. So basically, I was studying languages, and even though that I had a lot of technical interest, I did not pursue that because at the time, our institutions did not really provide the necessary education that I wanted. They didn't really provide that in field training. And I felt that for me, the safest bet to find a job was to just go and study languages and eventually just becoming a teacher. And that's what happened. I guess my plan worked. But, back in 2017, I started to find that my student had a lot of issues learning languages, and they did not have the motivation, and they were very heavily invested in technology, social media and trying to connect to people abroad and all of that. So I was thinking of how I can create something to make them love the language and at the same time make them learn more about technology. And this is where I brought together an initiative which is called the Algerian Desk Institute. It was an online learning platform that enabled my students to learn how to code, like a very HTML, C++, like GS Node kind of things, and learning English along the way. So it was merging that kind of literary branch with the scientific one. And I kind of had a lot of good feedback. So, in the process of trying to provide that for my students, I came across, I guess, a passion and I guess some sort of knowledge towards data science. And the more I read about it, the more I found a calling. When you choose something and it's just for you. So I went and I tried to take some classes online, and it was a door that kept on opening for me. So eventually I did pursue a bachelor in professional technological studies, which was fully online. I did not go to any university, it was just an online admission. And after that, I started to put together all of my experiences into providing myself with a good knowledge in SQL, related databases, and also to enhance my experience with my, those workbenches and my SQL experiences and all of that. And I think that one of the major things that helped me were not my, I guess, my technical experience and my motivation. I think it was more about self confidence. Like, it was not more, it wasn't just about the numbers, about the coding. It was more about the problem solving skills. So I was trying to deliver that knowledge to people online for free, like friends, students, anyone who just wanted to kind of learn data science, how to create very simple databases and all of that. And then I started putting together my GitHub portfolio and trying to do like small works. And one of the things that I would recommend you is to get heavily involved in student communities, because that's where you can get all of the support. And I can recommend later on, if you like, some really great data science communities. And that really helped me into finding my current job. And actually, I was offered a PhD developing job from home. And it was such a surprise for me because it was a highly competitive company with a highly competitive candidates. So at the very end of it, they told me that we only picked you because you had the problem solving skills that, that were lacking with other candidates. So they did have the skill, the intelligence. It's just they didn't have the soft skills such as communication, self-confidence, um, innovative ways to find solutions, and the genuine love of overcoming technical challenges. So, my question for you: how do you perceive yourself on that level, aside from your own ability to do your work and to fulfill your education? Do you feel that you have those people skills, like problem solving skills, creativity, confidence? What do you think?
Well, I have the confidence to present myself, but I lack in self confidence, to be honest. I won't let it show, but
I know.
uh, yeah. And
Yeah.
you are saying something?
No, no, no. Finish up. I'm listening. I'm enjoying you.
uh, and I can work both in a team and individually also.
Yeah.
Uh, so I'm very adaptive and a collaborative person at the same
Okay.
time.
Good.
Uh, Basically, I have a problem with the stream I selected. I love my course, but the thing is that in my country there aren't many opportunities for freshers, and also there aren't many resources to get going. Like most of them are licensed, or and even my college professors and all, uh, like they don't really have that much skill, to be honest. So that's why I really need someone to mentor me. So
It's
that's how
mhm.
I came to know about women tech and all.
Yeah. Women Tech Network is the best thing that ever happened to me, to be honest with you, because it really answered the same problem that you just shared with me. It is the same problem in my country. So the problem is that they do provide a lot of theory and not a lot
Yeah.
of training, and yeah.
Yeah.
And this is the problem, you just learn it in theory, and then you come to the practice and you just can't find anything. And if you have the practice, like you said, there aren't a lot of opportunities for freshers, and you just find yourself with all of that talent, and you're not being able to do anything with it. And unfortunately, they always ask you for experience. Like,
Yeah.
you would find yourself with all the requirements, and then 20 years experience in SQL or whatever. And it's just like, okay, how about us? How about people who are recently graduated and they have the skills? Can't we have, I guess, can't we have a chance? And I think that a lot of companies and a lot of institutions, establishments are just scared of giving time and investing the time and the effort with a fresher because they can't really afford it. time wise, money wise. They just need somebody who knows what they're doing. And sometimes it's not the case. I've known a lot of people, like I said, me myself, I took the job and I just took it as an experience, and I ended up having my technical interview and having and having that job offered to me, and I don't even know how that happened, because the requirements were very, very kind of like high level. They wanted experience building and maintaining CMS. They wanted the MVC, an MVC framework knowledge, uh, like a detailed understanding of database design and administration, proficiency in coding, versioning tools. And I was struggling, I'm not gonna lie to you. And I was very kind of scared. At some point when I was taking the test, they were doing that code interview. I was almost going to tell them, you know what, I was just trying my luck, it's not for me. But I pulled through. I just remembered, they said, you know what, if I came to this, I'm not gonna leave it unless they're gonna reject me. And they didn't say anything. They just enjoyed the conversation, and they asked me like how I did what I did, and how I came to develop my caching solutions and data analysis experience. And they saw the portfolio. And at the very end, and this is a German company, and they said at the very end of it, what we liked is that you didn't kind of showed us like that you're not a team player. I was such a collaborative person. I told them that I love working in teams, I love to cooperate, I like to brainstorm, and I like to problem solve. Basically, I will never leave something unsolved unless it's beyond me. And I think this is what they want. They just want candidates that push through. So I think in your case, spatial data science, it's the best thing ever. And I think that if you ever going to go that way, you will have a very successful path. Why? Because like maybe you've seen with Women Tech Network, it's not just about the science, it's not about the education, it's more about the privilege of merging science and technology with business, and that in such an inclusive, gender um, equal kind of oriented environment. So the spatial data science, and I have a couple of friends in that kind of field. You will have private and public sector organizations that are increasing their investments in their SDS in the next 2 years. And if you go and you read about it, you will find that retail, real estate, telecoms, utilities, data science and analytics leaders are looking to attract expertise in spatial analysis and to equip them with new technology and kind of data streams to enable key use cases that will help them to use more like spatial insights in their decision making. So this industry is such an amazing business opportunity because you can go into geo-marketing, healthcare analytics, IoT analytics, supply chain optimization, site selection. It's such an amazing field. And I think that you will do brilliantly if you start soon. My mistake was when I was a student, I was just reading books, attending lectures, revising for my exams and my finals, doing my essays, and anything to do with practice communities and student communities. I was like, I don't have the time for it. I'm not going to be able to pull anything. And now I regret not doing that when I was a student. And I think that for you, and I think especially in India, nowadays there are a lot of student communities, especially in data science, and you would find these communities in Slack, like Slack communities. They have an active data science Slack communities, which kind of comes from a lot of backgrounds: Google, Microsoft, Amazon. And they are such an up-to-date list, providing you with opportunities, internships, paid internships, training, online training, and possibly job offers. And I think that this is what you're trying to find, right? As a senior,
Yeah.
you're trying to find that kind of data related topics that will make you pull through at the end to find a job. And with the last conference of Women Tech Network, the whole point was to connect people from all around the world and to create work opportunities, because it's very difficult for freshers like yourself to find a job in the sense of having even that opportunity to show your skills. And I've seen a lot of young people having great opportunities just from events like this, connecting to people even abroad and connecting to job opportunities throughout exhibitions and work booths, and trying to do those interviews with them to even talk about possible internships or sponsorships. And I would definitely recommend that you get the, I guess, the motivation to choose at least three communities. I would recommend Data Talks Club,
Uh,
MLO Fest.
I
Yes.
will note it somewhere.
Uh-huh. Okay, great. So also you have the AI Guild, and such a great thing. What you need to do, I know, is not to gain more experience in what you do, because you're gonna gain it with time. It's about surrounding yourself with the circle of people that you need to get visibility. And I think personally, this is what happened to me. If I were to stay in my place and do my work, I would never get the same opportunities, because in my country, there is no future for data scientists or data analysts. And even if there were, they were not going to be offered to me, because that wasn't my university track. And I think that people don't give more trust to people like me having the experience and having the performance. They like people who are graduating with that specialization track. And I find it a lot. You find a job, you show your experience, you show your performance and talent, and they say, you know what, it's nice, but we're not going to go with you because you didn't really actually study 5 years for it. And they end up possibly with someone with that track and with no experience. So I think that if you go out there and heavily participate in Women Tech Network, and you can do this by being active on their group, trying to ask questions, try to seek, I guess, opportunities, try to be in events and connecting people. It's all about marketing yourself from now, because a lot of companies, they like to adopt, and this is what I call a professional adoption. A lot of companies would like to have freshers that are smart, hard workers, motivated, honest, and they want them to be energized and they can do the job. And a lot of companies, they like to adopt these kind of, I guess, these kind of employees, and eventually they can offer a job. And I've seen it. I've seen a lot of communities that would offer internships, and then at the end of the internship, they will provide the job for the person as an intern. And if they pull throughout like 6 months or a year, they get the job. Again, you have a future in that. And I think that even though that you're saying that India is not the niche of that specific field, I think that you're not connected properly
Yeah.
to the people that you know, because I have many friends in India, and I would love to connect you with them. And it's just, I wish I could move to India, to be honest with you, because it's a whole new level. Like the technology business
Yeah.
there, it's on a whole new level, and there are a lot of opportunities nowadays from Microsoft, from Google, from Amazon. Like these three pioneers, I think that you can get your chance. And also participate in our WTN, Women Tech Network. How you can do this? You can do this by participating as an ambassador, by bringing together more females. Maybe you can bring a keynote speaker, somebody that you're proud of, someone who did something and proved something, maybe a portfolio, a project, an idea, a startup. try to bring people into that community and try to get that exposure and that visibility. LinkedIn, try to be active on LinkedIn. Even if you're a student, you can take a lot of training. I know it's a lot to take because you're studying and it's your senior year, but try to find at least two worthwhile trainings. And there are a lot of opportunities where they provide free internships, and sometimes you need to make that choice of sacrifices. I know that a lot of people don't like to take free internships, the ones that they're not paid, and I think that that's something that you can consider. It's a sacrifice because I'm against non-paid internships. How about you? Like, what do you think about that?
uh, like I really want some kind of opportunity right now.
Uh-huh.
So so I'm okay with that. Like
Okay,
either ways.
we can definitely, we will be doing this, we will be connecting after this. You can, we can connect over LinkedIn and I can share with you all the directed links. It's just
Okay.
at the end of the day, you need to be realistic. A lot of companies are very smart. They want to have a 6 months internship. They want to give the person the kind of exposure and that visibility and that support without paying them. And I think that a lot of people do not enjoy that because they need the money, because they're going to be working hard for a real duty. And they're just, and for me, I did two non paid internships that took about 8 months, and it was a very exhausting work, and it was for free. And I was like, okay, what am I doing with this? Like, what's the point? I'm tired, I don't want to do this anymore. What am I going to do with it? And then, there's this little voice in me that's like, keep pushing, Nabir, keep pushing. So when I ended that, miraculously, by adding that experience on my LinkedIn, people contacted me. People are saying, well, we've seen that you've done the One Trust security professional track. How good are you in that? We're interested in somebody who can do this. And it was just like a small work, but that led, like one thing led to another. And by the end of 2020, I started to get in job offers. And I was like, okay, what happened? And it just, it's a small, it's like one step at a time. It's not going to happen, but at the end, I think that there is a huge future for you in the field that you've chosen, and it's not the end of you. Just aim high, aim on an international level. You can do internships like online, remotely from home. You can participate in any kind of training that is provided. Especially, there are a lot of internships in the US. I will recommend you with a great, like, high success. There is a website called Hey Success, and Hey Success provide tangible, valid internships, paid, non-paid, and even opportunities to go and pursue on-site training. So basically, you will be traveling for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month, and you would be paid. And if they like your work, they can offer you the job. So what's the moral of all of my blah 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 would be, keep your skills. You seem like a smart young lady. It's not about the technical aspect. Work on your soft skills. Be well spoken, be confident, look around, and don't turn down any opportunities given to you, right? If you have the time, if you think it's worthy, if you think that it's going to bring something back to you, even on a knowledge base, do it. Okay? But make sure to not get too addictive, because it can happen, you know? Just choose two or three sources to get the knowledge, to get the experience and the practice, build a portfolio. From now, if you want people to listen to you and take a second look at whatever you're providing, provide a tangible work. Do projects, presentations, do a portfolio, work on sub skills. Try to build something, even if it doesn't really mean anything for anyone, but just prove that you've been doing something. Because as much as people would like to love to see your degree, they're not going to be interested in that. And I think that this is the new era. People don't care about degrees at that extent. They care about how you can bring things. And if people are going to be asking you for experiences like 5 years, 6 years of experience, and you just recently graduated and you have no experience, then you can still make them change their minds if they take your CV. And it only takes 1 to 2 seconds for them to read your CV. Just make sure to have it on one page. If they take a look and they see that you've done things, like you've done projects, you've been participating in internships and student communities, they're gonna take a second look at it. I promise you. But if it's just like on theory degrees, they might skip on you, not because you're not good enough, it's just because they're looking for a quick fix, looking for somebody who knows what they're doing. They don't want to babysit anyone throughout their jobs, because it's a highly competitive environment. And this is not something to make you feel down. I've seen a lot of students who are very frustrated by saying, how about us? People are not going to give you the opportunities. Opportunities nowadays are given throughout internships, are not given in real life. In real life, it would be very difficult. It's just once in a blue moon to find an entry job. And I think also, if you can find an entry job, an entry level job, take it. If it's like below your qualifications, don't think,
Yeah,
no, I'm
I actually got placed in one of the jobs.
okay. Okay,
Uh,
that's great.
well, well, it's a normal job, but I'm taking it. I'm looking for further opportunities. But even if I don't get, I want to go with it. So,
Yes, please. You will have so much like experience, because
yeah,
at some
for,
point in the future you will need those skills that you thought that you
yeah.
didn't need, and you will be like superwoman, because you're gonna have all of these skills that doesn't make sense together, and it's just gonna make something at the end of it. So like for me, I'm a teacher by profession. I like to teach. And I'm teaching at two universities. I'm doing a lot of things in my teaching. I like instructional design, lesson planning, and that's my daily life. Like, this is what I do when I wake up. I teach. And by noon I would be doing coding, web development, data science, and people would be like saying, I mean, when and how? Aren't you supposed to be an English teacher? And people are like, they feel so weird. And it's very, I guess, motivating for me that I have the ability to switch from several skills. Just because you're smart in science doesn't mean that you can't be smart in creative things, that you shouldn't know about marketing and sales, that you shouldn't know about, teaching how to design tech courses. A lot of opportunities. Also, I would recommend to go to the Girls Code First. It's a non-profit UK initiative where you can actually either take courses with them, or you can actually be a fellow and teach something that you know. This is actually a great opportunity as well, because you know what? After the fellowship, there was a job offer, and it was in the UK, and anybody would have got it from that fellowship. But unfortunately, everyone who were teaching, basically what we were doing is that on the course of 2 months, we were teaching females from all backgrounds on how to do SQL and data science. Okay, and that was the first fellowship, and it was very successful. And at the end of it, the very company or organization, they did offer a job to join the organization fully. And because we all had jobs, like people had jobs from Microsoft, from consultancy companies abroad, like me, I couldn't be there on site. It just, sometimes it's like, what a waste. So for you, it's just a great opportunity to keep one job, keep a job, keep something coming, keep an income, have the experience, do things that you normally don't do, and take it as a skill booster or a skill source. Because eventually, when time comes, you're going to find yourself fitting in any possible scenario. You're not going to be like stuck in anything. So, I mean, basically, what's your expectation from Women Tech Network? What do you think it's all about? Do you have ideas? Do you think that it's something that can potentially help you on the long term? Do this is, I mean, I want to draw your attention to something, is that a lot of people don't know how to make use of things and don't know how to
Yeah.
make use of organizations. So I want to make sure, like, what do you know about it? Like, what do you think it's all about?
Uh, well, I'm very new. I actually directly jumped into the mentorship program. Uh, as far as I know, it's a global community where they don't it's for everyone.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, and well, I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not getting those words right now.
It's okay. I know.
Yeah,
It's like when someone asks you, your mind goes completely blank. It happens to me as well. And I think this is something that we need to work on, okay? Because like I
yeah,
said, if you're like, imagine yourself in an interview, right?
yeah,
And you know all the answer, but you're stressed, especially if the person is being very uncomfortable, like making you uncomfortable. Sometimes you can find people that would make you uncomfortable. Either they have like a scary look, or they just have that weird tone about them, or weird questions. And you're like, okay, what am I going to do with myself? And it just, you need to have that kind of confidence to just be yourself. And it works, trust me. I have tried it. I tried to go on interviews where I memorized, like I had a whole monologue and I had to memorize things. I memorized the perfect sentences, what I should answer to this and that, and I always get rejected. Not because of that specifically, maybe it's just a sum of things, but because they knew that it was just a made up thing. I was like this, I was, trying to kind of hold my nerves together and just not being comfortable. I was being the person to be interrogated in a police station. And I think that people don't like that. They don't trust you, I guess. They don't feel that they can trust you. And what you need to do if you want to get people to connect with you, gain their trust, how to gain their trust, simply be you. You seem such a great person, and it's okay to be shy and introverted and maybe just like a little bit withdrawn and not much talkative. But I think what you need to do is to create a persona, okay? Create your persona that going to be marketed. We see movie stars, we see singers, and we just think, okay, that's a little bit too much. And you know what? It is, because that's the persona that they have. Maybe if you go and look at them in real life, they're just normal people like you and I. They're very calm, maybe, they're very serious, they're very intelligent and intellectual, but they do what they need to do to kind of make their business work. And I think that's what you need to do. You need to work on your own brand, how to market yourself. Even if you're shy, create I guess, a sassy version of Ano. Okay? You need to work on the brand. You need to go there. You need to participate in webinars, talk, do things. If you break out of your shell, you're going to attract good energy. Okay? If you keep withdrawn just to yourself, it's going to be a little bit difficult. So with the Women Tech, we're going to have the global conference, which I think you know about, in 2021, June
yeah,
7 to 11. And also, this is to celebrate 100 women in tech. And it's all about, like, celebrating driving change with purpose and impact. And also, we're gonna meet a lot of global award winners and speakers, like over 300 speakers. So this is such a great opportunity for you personally to get connected to people. Also, what Women Tech Network provides, they provide career and jobs. So the WTN basically connects talent with companies committed to building a more diverse and inclusive world. So we have a lot of jobs that you can explore. You can also post and promote yourself via your profile. There is an ability to create a job profile because they actually put together a career day where people hire people, and you have the ability to meet companies that are currently hiring. You have Twitter, you have Moonfair, checkout.com, I think OLX Group, Charles Schwab, VM. So it's like an updated list, and I will send you the links to that. There are many, many companies which are hiring right now, and you can explore all the open positions, and you can register for free, which is awesome,
Okay. Yeah.
and you can browse all through the possible jobs. Okay, and even if the jobs doesn't specifically include you in the requirements, for example, there is also a chance to connect with people from that particular company, so they can advise you on how to perhaps proceed and get a potential job in the future after you graduate with their company or a different company. So I think that this is what we need to know about Women Tech Network. Is just not some sort of a social platform where people just connect and talk. It's more of an actor. And if you just give some time to get the exposure, you can start getting your own exposure by connecting more females via your did you participate in the ambassador program yet? No?
Well, I have seen it, but
You
I
haven't.
didn't. Yeah.
If you're interested, you can join in as an ambassador. And the ambassador really doesn't have to do anything other than do what they love. And if they believe in the mission of Women Tech Network, they can kind of like, you have a special link which people click on. And if they join, basically you will be moving from one milestone to another. So from an ambassador to a country leader to an influencer to a founding member. Okay, and the more you push through, the more privilege you'll get by coming closer to people, like in offices. You know what I mean? And I think this is one of the ways to make yourself more powerful as a student. And like I said, it's like no strings attached. It's something that you can do if you want to do it. I think that we all want to have more females in the tech industry. We want to have more inclusions. We want to have minorities speak up and have their chance. And I think that it really, it speaks volumes of, I guess I'm not going to say the inequalities. I would say the lack of trust, I guess, the lack of trust in female technologists. Because we're not going to make it into male female thing, but we need to realize that a lot of women in countries maybe not privileged as first world countries, they're having a lot of issues to come across jobs in their countries just because women don't know as much as men in that particular field. And that's okay. People get scared from things that they don't know, and this is what Women Tech Network is doing. They're saying basically, women rocks, girls are smart, we can code, and we can launch rockets, and that's fine. And it's fine to hire a woman, it's fine to work with a woman. And if you believe in that, I think you can go beyond whatever you're dreaming of, and you can have your own business. Why not? If you think of just working, that's fine, but I think that you need to think eventually on how to make yourself, I guess, a comfortable environment and a comfortable future. And your field of education is such an amazing field. I can't stop saying it. It's the truth. It is the future. And I think that you will have the opportunity and the privilege to even go abroad. I mean, I can see it already. I don't know why, but I can see it. So I think that you need to be smart on designing your own startup from now. Just think of it as a pre-seed idea, and it just, when time comes, you will need that, because that's again what happened to me. I was designing this plan since 2016. I had no funding, I had no support. People thought that I was crazy, people thought that I was dreamy. I thought that I was dreamy. and it was just basically about founding an entrepreneurial institution where people from all backgrounds, males and females, will be provided with technical skills and would be connected with companies for direct employment. So basically it would be sponsored for by companies for these people. So most of them were just students who are learning different kind of things: civil engineering, architecture, languages, anything you can possibly think of. And we would join them and teach them how to code and how to do marketing. So basically they're going to have diverse talents and competences, and then eventually they can have easier access to either local job offerings or abroad. And we've actually set the plan to do that, and we got the possible investors, and it's coming together to be a reality. And that happened 4 years ago, and that's okay. Good things take time, but eventually you can see things growing. So I think that it's something that you need to focus on. So basically the 3 points would be communities, student communities, professional circles, connections, LinkedIn. My advice would be to connect with people from your own field of education or profession and have 60% of that circle, and then you can have 20% or 30% people from various tech skills, people outside of your data science specialty, and then have a 10% of people from all different, spectrums of the universe. You can have copywriters, bloggers, marketers, artists, because you know what? You never know where you're going to find your chance, and build your LinkedIn community thing. So I think that this is, if you have anything you can add, if not, we can share if you would like. If you're interested in the student communities, if you're interested in the ambassador program, and if you're interested in joining the Slack channel, you can tell me and we can do that. We can also connect via LinkedIn. And I think that once you would see things in person, things will be more clear for you. What do you think about that?
Yeah.
Okay. Too much information, right?
Yeah, I don't know where to get started.
The first thing that you want to get started with would be, I would recommend you, if I were you, I would do the ambassador program to join Women
Okay.
Tech officially. You will have
Okay.
your appreciation certificates, and you will have more ability to have a valid support, you can add it on your
Okay.
LinkedIn. Like, okay, you can even, like I said, you can explore things on Women Tech on your time off if you feel like it. The second thing would be to look for a very active internship data science community, and I will help you with that. Okay,
Okay.
we will try to help you find even local circles in India that can actually provide maybe on-site training where you can actually go, because that's more, I guess, more valid than online. So the first thing that you need to do is to at least get internships. Okay.
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 Well, I'm actually getting started with the core data science. Well, I'm only I know only the gist part of data science, only
Mm-hmm.
that spatial science application of data science. I wanted to go further by knowing about the core side of data science and programming at all. Basically, in this, we have those direct APIs and all. We will be using those things. I don't know, like, how how did we get that certain API?
Okay.
Like those all things I really don't know. So I actually need to get started from the basics, I guess.
Well, then that changed. Then we're gonna move from the internships to the training. What you need to
Okay.
do is you need to do a valid training sessions with individuals who are willing to teach you the things that you need to put things
Yeah.
into perspective. So I think you are in the crawling phase where you have to
Yeah.
learn all the
Yeah.
aspects, because yes, you're right. You need to learn the basics. The fundamentals are very
Yeah.
important. You need to learn them, and you need to keep up because, as you know, every single day it's like a new technology, and it's very hard for me. Like, I thank God for Google. Google is my friend. I'm telling you, because every single time you're coming across a new technology, like before Python, you would just work in with basic HTML, and then you have Python, and then you have a new version of it, and then you need to work with an open source scripts and all of that. So every single day, and I think
Yeah.
it's so exhausting, but it's so exciting at the same time. So we can discuss that. Definitely, you can share with me. So do you have, if you can connect with me on LinkedIn, if you're on LinkedIn, or you,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm on LinkedIn.
Okay, we can connect over LinkedIn so you can provide me with what you need in terms of your training, and we will try to connect you with one valid, like I said, preferably a local training party that will be providing you with the necessarily thing that you need and maybe direct you to things. And then we can move on from that. Maybe we can actually start doing that training and see how things are progressing. And also, like I said, I would recommend you to do the ambassador program, and maybe we can look for people that you connect with on a professional level, and that can happen on the conference. If you're an ambassador, you will have more chances of connecting with people that you want to connect with, because we have a lot of speakers in your domain, and that would be easier to browse. Like, we have time. That's gonna happen in June. Like, it's crazy. People are trying to organize that, and it's a lot of things. So it's just crazy. Even for me, I have a very crazy schedule, like I said, but definitely you would be having time. Like with you, I don't think it's that difficult. You would be
Yeah.
needing one training, and don't try to get a lot of things on your mind. It's okay to just focus on one particular thing and practice it. Also, I think I know what you're looking for, and I believe that I can offer that for you. And it's been happy moments for me to kind of get back, because I was there on the other side of the screen, like yourself. And I am happy that I'm able to kind of at least give you that kind of moral support. Sometimes you're like lost, and okay. So yeah, I've made a new friend today, and I'm happy. And I'm happy. I know
Yeah.
that I made your friendship. And if you'd like to have further talks in the future, you can always go back you know to the schedule, and you can schedule a meeting with me, and you can maybe tell me about your updates and what you want to do. And I think what I want you to do now is to write an action plan. Like, what do you want to learn, and why do you want to learn it, and for what reason? And if you do that, it will be easier to give you or to place you in the right program. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
It's Yeah.
well, that's the problem. I don't know how to get started. Yeah.
Okay, what we want to do. So basically, you need to think what you want. So, what you want from a professional point of view. Imagine that you will have the chance and the choice to choose your own job, what that job would be.
Uh,
Yeah. See, this is what you have to think of. Nobody can help with that, because that's you. That's what you
yeah.
know. No one knows that. I can tell you to give me all of your skills, and I can place that on an AI, on a machine learning, and they can just give me your profile. But that doesn't work. It needs to come from the
Yeah.
heart. So I think that the first thing that you need to focus on, if I get the chance and the freedom and all the possibilities to choose my own job, what that job would be. Okay? And if you get that answer, you can contact me via LinkedIn, or you can email me at any point. When you get that, the next step would be to go through your own skills and the requirement of the job. I mean, what does Anu have? A, B, C. I'm lacking D and E. Okay. I don't know this. So maybe we need to do that. We need to work on that. So if you're building that profile, it's going to be easier. Okay. I
Yeah.
think I
Okay.
think this is the problem. We need to know what we're going to be doing. Okay. And how are we going to do that? I would definitely recommend you to just go on YouTube and Google it. Google people in that Google people in that domain, in whatever domain you're looking. Try to kind of listen to their interviews, maybe listen to stories, go and read, find if that's something you're interested in. Okay, and be realistic. Okay, try to choose a job that you can actually have in terms of geography. If you're going to stay in India, if you're thinking about moving abroad, like be
Yeah.
realistic about it. Okay, because
Okay.
the sooner you do that, the sooner you will be able to work on specific skills. And once you get older, like in 5 years, you're going to be mastering your skills, and that's where you're going to be like a super ninja. That's when you're gonna be, you're gonna be throwing ninja stars. And yeah, I guess this is what we need to do now. So
Yeah.
think about that, okay?
Okay.
Okay, it's been nice talking to you, and let's do this again, okay? I will send you I will send you the links over the email, okay? Like my LinkedIn and the communities that I was talking to you about. You can maybe go and explore, and yeah, we will keep in touch. Okay, till then, I will be ending this call. Have a great
Okay.
day, and
Thank you so
remember,
much for
yeah,
taking some time out in your busy schedule and
yeah, it's okay.
helping and trying to help me out.
I just, remember you're awesome, you're smart, and you have a bright future ahead of you. And don't let nobody to define what you want to do. If you want to do anything, even if it's crazy, pursue that and be smart. Just remember that you're working for yourself and it's going to pay off. Not today, not tomorrow, but at some point, it's all going to be paying off, okay? So make sure to do what you love, okay? Have a great day and take care of yourself. Bye. I'll be ending
Thank
the
you
call
so
now.
much.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
okay, Annie. I enjoyed it myself. It's been fun. Bye.